to the International Conference on Recent Trends in Technology, organized by the Departments of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Computer Science and Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Electrical and Electronical Engineering, and Information Technology of Saraswati College of Engineering and Technology. Let us embark on the journey today where mind meets, ideas sparks, and innovation is created. This conference stands as a testament to how technology transfers lives when guided by curiosity, collaboration, and creativity.
To mark the beginning of this auspicious occasion, let us invoke the blessings of Tamil Thai, the mother of Tamil language. Now I invite our students to render the Tamil Thai Valtu. I kindly request everyone to rise and maintain silence as a mark of respect.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெளிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே முன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே
A heartfelt thank you to our students for the dignified start to today's event.
Now, I have the privilege of inviting our respected Dr. R. Adilingam, Head of the Department of Electrical and Electronical Engineering, whose visionary leadership continues to elevate to stand academy to deliver the welcoming address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Teni Melepettai Hindu Nadahal Uranmurai, Nada Saraswati College of Engineering Technology is organizing International Conference on Recent Trends in Technology, ICRTT'25, as a team efforts of Department of Computer Science Engineering, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, and Information Technology. Secretaries of Nscet, Mr. A. Rajkumar sir, Mr. A. S. R. Maheshwaran sir, and Joint Secretary Engineer S. Naveen Ram sir. Only with their remarkable support, our institution is finding us one among the top engineering colleges in the state. I extend my warm welcome to our respected principal, Dr. C. Madhareswaram sir, to this grand occasion. He is a driving force and guiding light to all of us in the activities benefiting our institution. I sincerely welcome our vice principals, Dr. Mohan sir, Dr. Nscet, our training and placement officer, Dr. C. Karthikeyan sir, for felicitating and gracing this occasion. I feel proud to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Jammu. This man of knowledge has come from more than 2,000 miles to share this technical keynote for the progress of student fraternity. We are pleased by your presence. Welcome you, sir. I welcome the chairpersons of various sessions who gave consent to assess the research articles for the candidates. I welcome other conveners of this conference, Dr. J. Madharagarh sir, Dr. T. Vinishkumar sir, Mr. L. S. Signesha, heads of various departments, coordinators of the conference, and faculty members for this valuable event. I welcome the participants from various prominent institutions who enrolled themselves to share their ideas in this forum. Dear participants, I assure that you will gain a valuable takeaway of knowledge from our chief guest and various chairpersons at the end of this conference. Once again, I welcome you all. Have a fruitful day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a warming and inspiring word.
In Indian tradition, the lighting of the lamp symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the arrival of wisdom and knowledge. Now I request our esteemed dignitaries on stage to kindly come forward for the lighting of the Gurdwara.
Now it is time to honor the presence of our esteemed chief guest. I request Secretary and Joint Secretary to present a memento as a token of our respect and appreciation for our chief guest.
First, I request Rajkumar sir to honor our chief guest with song. I request our secretary here, sir, myself, sir, to honor our chief guest with seat. I request our joint secretary Navin sir to honor our chief guest with memento.
Thank you, sir.
It is with great honor that I invite our respected Mr. A.S.M. sir of Secretary of Nscet College of Engineering and Technology, a stalwart in guiding this institution towards academic excellence, to deliver the presidential address. Please, sir.
தேனி மேலப்பேட்டை இந்து நாடார்கள் உறவின் முறை பெரியோர்களுக்கு முதற்கண் வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். தேனி மேலப்பேட்டை இந்து நாடார்கள் உறவின் முறை நாடார் சரஸ்வதி பொறியியல் மற்றும் தொழில்நுட்ப கல்லூரியின் இன்று சீரும் சிறப்புமாக நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கும் இந்த இன்டர்நேஷனல் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் சிறப்பாக நடக்க எனது வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த இனிய விழாவை நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கும் நமது கல்லூரியின் செயலர், இணைச் செயலர் மற்றும் கல்லூரியின் முதல்வர் அவர்களே, கல்லூரி துணை முதல்வர்கள் அவர்களே, ஆசிரியர் பெருமக்களே, இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் கலந்து கொள்ள இங்கு வீற்றிருக்கும் வருங்கால பொறியாளர்களே, பிற கல்லூரியில் இருந்து வந்து பங்கேற்றிருக்கும் மாணவ செல்வங்களே, உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என வரவேற்கிறேன். இந்த இனிய விழாவை சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக வந்திருக்கும் சித்தார்த் மகேஸ்வரி அவர்களை வருக வருக என வரவேற்கிறேன். பள்ளி படிப்பை முடிச்சுட்டு கல்லூரி படிப்புக்கு வந்துடும். கல்லூரியில் 4 வருஷம் படிக்கிறோம். 4 வருஷம் படித்தாலும் நம்ம அந்த 4வது வருஷம் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஆகிறது தான் முக்கியமான விஷயம். அதுக்கு நம்ம வச்சிருக்க வேண்டியது எத்தனை பப்ளிகேஷன், எத்தனை கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நம்ம அட்டன் பண்ணோம், எத்தனை பேப்பர்ஸ் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் பண்ணோன்றது தான் முக்கியம். இந்த வகையில் இதில் சாதிக்கணும்னு வந்திருக்கவங்களை அனைவரையும் நம்மளோட கெஸ்ட்டுக்கிட்ட உங்களோட சந்தேகங்களை கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சு உங்களோட லைஃப்பில் ஒரு ஸ்டெப் முன்னா வர்றதுக்கான வாய்ப்பை இந்த இடத்துல நம்ம உறவின்முறை உருவாக்கி கொடுத்துருக்கிறது. அதை தவற விடாமல் நீங்கள் பங்கேற்று இந்த கருத்தரங்க சிறப்பாக்குங்க. சார்கிட்ட பேசிக்கிட்டு இருக்கப்ப ஜம்மு நான் என்னோட கல்லூரி வாழ்க்கை 1980 முடித்தேன். 80 முடிக்கிறப்ப எங்களோட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸு எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து நாங்கள் ஒரு டூர் போகிறப்ப டெல்லி போய் இறங்கிட்டு டெல்லியிலேருந்து ட்ரெயினில் தான் ஜம்மு காஷ்மீர் போக முடியும். எங்கள் ஸ்டாஃப் கூட்டு போனார். அப்போ வந்து பத்தான்கோட் வரைக்கும் தான் ட்ரெயினே இருக்கும். அப்போ ஃப்ளைட் கிடையாது, அந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டிலாம் இல்லை. பத்தான்கோட்டில் இறக்கி விடுவான், அங்கேருந்து பஸ் ஏறி தான் ஜம்மு காஷ்மீர் போகணும். இன்றைய சூழ்நிலையில் எப்படி இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சார்கிட்ட பேசுகிறப்ப ஜஸ்ட் நம்ம நினச்சதும் ஜம்மு போய் லேக்கில் போட்டிங் போகிற அளவுக்கு ஃபெசிலிட்டி இருக்குது. நீங்களும் அந்த தருணத்தை எப்படியெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம் சார்கிட்ட கேட்டுட்டு நீங்கள் ஒரு பிஜி முடிச்சுட்டு சார் எங்கே பிஹெச்டி பண்ணாங்கன்னு அவங்களோட யூனிவர்சிட்டியில் போய் பண்ணி அந்த அனுபவத்தையும் பெறணும்ன்று இந்த தருணத்தில் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்த்துகிறேன். வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and encouraging message. It's now time for the formal commencement of this distinguished conference. I'm honored to invite Dr. C. Madalasundaram, Principal of Northern Saraswati College of Engineering and Technology, to deliver the inaugural address. Please, sir.
Respected Secretary of our Nscet, Mr. Rajkumar sir, respected Secretary of Institution ASR Mageshwaran sir, most respected Secretary Engineer, Joint Secretary Engineer S. Navindram sir, Vice Principals Dr. Satya, Dr. Madhavan, and Placement Coordinator, Placement Officer Dr. Karthikeyan sir, Head of the Departments organizing this conference, especially Dr. Adilingam, Dr. Vinesh Kumar, Dr. Madalai Raj, Mr. L.S. Vignesh, and other HODs, faculty members, coordinator of this particular conference, participants from other institutions all over Tamil Nadu and Bangalore, participants from our institutions, all the other students from CSE, IT, ADS departments, a warm morning to all. So it's again a wonderful occasion. We are assembled here to have a wonderful interaction. The title International Conference on Recent Trends in Technology, ICRTT'25. We bring a wonderful guest here, Dr. Siddharth Bageshwari, professor from IIT Jammu. Rightly, our during welcome address, Sir Adilingam sir mentioned he has travelled more than 2,500 kilometers to reach here actually. On behalf of Nscet and our management, a hearty welcome to Siddharth Bageshwari sir. I have to tell something about Siddharth sir actually. So I attended AICTE recently in the month of last July, in the year 2024, July to December 2024. We attended AICTE PG KIP program for all the faculties all over India. AICTE conducted an exam and they shortlisted the faculties, those who are in core engineering, to learn something about artificial intelligence, IoT, the recent 10 courses. So I have cleared my exam and I went, myself and Madhavan sir went to IIT Jammu to attend the course, 6 months course. We went there and there I met Siddharth Bageshwari sir. He, I'm a mechanical engineering, I belong to mechanical engineering department. He taught us Python, he taught us C, he taught us Python lab, C lab. So even I, during my undergraduate, I learned something about C. But the way he initiated C, it is something different actually. We used to, the professor, any computer science faculties, those who want to teach C, you will go and you will, the very first class you will go and you will give the structure of C straight away. How the C language will be, like that you start actually. In even my UG time also, my professors taught like that actually. But Siddharth sir, he took 2-3 sessions for to give introduction about C actually. There I wondered actually. See, before beginning the particular language, he put a wonderful foundation actually. I never forget the way he taught us C. Because the C, you know, the computer science, many computer science students are here actually. You know, C is a powerful language. If you are familiar in C, you can manage any language. So when the way he approached, the way he handled the laboratory classes, I wondered actually. So I created a good relationship with sir. He sir guided us to visit many places in Jammu, and he guided us. We had a wonderful relationship, and I thought of bringing here for a conference. I assured, I gave sir. That time itself, in the month of December itself, I invited him for our college, and he said okay. And recently, I contacted him again. That's why he's here actually. So he's a good man actually, and he, you know, his educational background. He completed his computer science engineering BTech in IIT Guwahati, and he earned his PhD in computer science from Newcastle University, UK. He stayed in UK for more than 7 years in UK, and he got the appointment in Jammu and IIT Jammu, and he currently is working in as a professor of Jammu, IIT Jammu. So you may have a wonderful experience today. He is going to give his whole experience in 15-20 minutes, and later he is going to attend your presentation sessions. Also, you can get a lot of inputs from Siddharth Maestri sir. So on behalf of our management and Nscet, hearty welcome goes to Siddharth Maestri sir. And regarding conference, you all know, see, it's a kind of win-win actually. You have to present your idea, and you have to gather some input from the others' idea also. It's a forum, it's a platform to share our ideas and get some kind of input from others' ideas also. And if your idea is good, if you are getting a good command for your presentation, you can extend your project for your presentation. Of course, you will get a certificate, and your article will publish in the proceedings. If it is worth, you can extend your project idea into pattern, next stage, next level of stage, if it is possible. And one more idea, one more suggestions from my end. Here, except civil and mechanical, all other department students are sitting here actually. See, if it is possible, you can create some interdisciplinary projects. See, in spite of developing projects in your core area, in your area alone, you can think to do. You can create some projects with you can combine. You can have some. You can invite some mechanical students or faculties. You can get some problem in mechanical, and computer science students will give solution for mechanical engineering problems. So that kind of things are expecting nowadays. And I want to share one more thing. What Siddharth sir is doing now. He is a computer engineering graduate, and he did his PhD in computer science. And you know, he's doing consultancy for. He's having a particular separate lab, mobile lab, to check the water bodies and the organisms present in the water bodies. He's created a separate lab, and he got fund from government. See, if you have to think that he's a computer engineer, he's not sitting in before laptop. He's not doing any kind of developing any kind of softwares. But in spite of that, he's applying his own idea into checking water bodies and analyzing the water. Is there any impurities are there? Is there any microorganisms are present in the water bodies? It's related to environmental science. He is applying the idea of computer science into environmental area, and he's giving a solution for by the way of giving solution for social awareness. He's developing his own laboratory, mobile laboratory. He can fix all the testing equipments in the car, and we can, wherever we want to check any water bodies, we can directly go there, and in that particular place itself, we can check. And that kind of consultancy work he started recently. He got a fund from government, and he's doing that actually. So why I'm saying this particular point? See, we have to create these kind of interdisciplinary projects. Okay, so this is a wonderful forum where you can share your ideas, and you can get a lot of inputs from others too. And I wish all the persons sitting here and going to present your idea a grand success. And let me thank the Department of Computer Science Engineering, Department of AIDS, IT, CSE, EEE, those who are organized this conference in a nice way, excellent way. We got more than 84 papers from all over India, especially Periyar Maniam University, AMC College, University College of Engineering, Dindigul, Sethu Institute of Technology, NSN College, Ranganathan Institute, Jerusalem, Bharathaniketan, KLN, and NBR Tyagaraja, Saram, Chennai. So we got more. The response was too good actually. I congratulate the departments, all the departments, and I formally, with a lot of enthusiasm, I formally open this conference, and let us all stand, let us all let us together and bring the world in a nice way. Okay, so wish you all the best, and once again I thank Professor Siddharth for all the way he came here and going to meet his students and going to share his valuable ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and insightful words. We now come to a significant moment in our event, the release of the conference proceedings of ICRTT'25. These proceedings represent the collective research, innovation, and scholarly contributions of participants from diverse domains. I kindly invite our dignitaries on stage to officially release the conference proceedings.
Now, I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. Nscet, Vice Principal and Head of the Department of IT, to offer the felicitation address and share a few words with us. Please, ma'am.
Good morning to one and all present here. It's my privilege to be here and deliver this special inaugural felicitation address. As one of the convener, I would like to speak something related to this conference. This conference is taken over by Artificial Intelligence, CSE department, ECE, EEE, and IT department. These are all some circuit branches. Nowadays, there is a tremendous growth in our department. Departments such as EEE in ECE, IT, and ADS. Especially, we should speak something about our department. Artificial intelligence as well as quantum computing plays a vital role in today's scenario. As academicians, what we should do is we have to make the students to think about our research as well as industrial exposure, and we should make our students to critical thinking, make them critically thinking, as well as we should make them a problem solver, as well as I want to tell something about chief guest Dr. Siddharth Mageshwari sir. Morning, as our department staff went along with sir, they told that how is he sir? We asked, just like that we told that, ma'am, whatever the topic we are giving to him, he'll speak 1 hour. That's all. Actually, what is the thing is, if we study more things in our day-to-day life only, it's possible for us to speak about anything. If we speak about a nuclear bomb, he's speaking just like physical, from that physics onwards, he's speaking from the top to bottom. This is the concept. This how it will come is daily we should study. In day-to-day life, this all the students should follow this. We should make our mind explore to each and everything, and conference like this is a crucial one. What we have to do is, apart from our studies, apart from our curriculum, what we should do is, what are all the innovations we can do and how we should critically thinking, and interdisciplinary concepts, multidisciplinary concepts, everything we should know and we should work on that. This is the thing just I want to tell you today. And there are so many, because of this technology, we are conducting this conference as a hybrid mode, as offline participants also there and online participants also there. There are so many people are watching our conference in all over India. From all so many states, we are getting paper. So today we get some good input from all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging message. Now, I have the pleasure of welcoming Dr. ICRTT'25, Trainer and Placement Officer of Nscet College of Engineering and Technology, to offer the registration address and share a few words with us. Please, sir.
Thank you. Respected secretaries of Nscet, respected joint secretary, respected vice principal and vice principals, HODs, faculties, coordinators of this program, and my beloved students. It's a great pleasure to be here to welcome once again Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari, a teacher's teacher. I was telling since morning, he is a teacher's teacher. He taught our principal and vice principal, and we are so honored to have you here, sir. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah. Right. So today's topic, new trends in technology, rather new and emerging trends in technology. I would call it like, you know what? This conference, what is a conference? Is it different from a classroom? Yes, of course. It's a learning platform, right, for students and scholars. It is a platform for sharing your knowledge. It is a collective, a place where the people from different parts of the world or interstate or states gather together to celebrate wisdom. So that is what conference is. You have a wonderful opportunity, right? I went through the profile of Dr. Siddharth. I was amazed. Really, I was amazed. Man of such in-depth knowledge, man of such efficient educational and in-depth educational career, has come all over from Jammu, traveling a long distance from one part, almost it is like traveling from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, just about 300 kilometers away. Kanyakumari is Kashmir. So we have the honor to have him here, and please don't waste this opportunity. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you once again on behalf of the management and our students and everyone else here. We are greatly honored to have you here. Dear teacher, you are most welcome to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and motivating words. With great pleasure, I invite Dr. N. Madhavan, Vice Principal of Nscet College of Engineering and Technology, to present the introduction of our revered chief guest. Sir, may I kindly request you to grace the stage? Please, sir.
Respected secretaries and joint secretary, principal, vice principal, placement officer, and chief guest, HODs, faculty member and students of Nscet and students from other colleges. Very good morning. So it's my great honor and privilege to introduce the chief guest for today's function, Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari from IIT Jammu. So Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari is a respected faculty member in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at IIT Jammu. He earned his PhD in Computer Science Engineering from Newcastle University, UK, and completed his BTech in Computer Science from Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. With extensive international research experience, Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari has held multiple key positions. He worked as a research associate and research assistant in Newcastle University from December 2020 to June 2023, and he served as a project officer at Nanyang Technology University, Singapore, as a project assistant at IIT Hyderabad. His research interests lie in computer architecture, embedded system, VLSI, and programming in C, C++, and Python. Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari has contributed significantly to the field through various high-impact publications. And Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari work reflects a strong synergy and theoretical insight and practical innovation, and he continues to inspire students and fellow researchers. And this is officially I give the introduction about Maheshwari sir. Personally, I have to tell because as principal told myself and principal, he went for IIT Jammu to study IoT program. Almost 30 days we stayed there. It's a 6-month course, around 6 months, 15 days, and July 15 days, and December 15 days we stayed there. There we meet Siddharth sir, and as I told you, while starting C, he take almost 3 sessions for introduction of the C program. I impressed is there is one program, palindrome. Everybody knows palindrome. So to solve that that is a very small program, I think. So he used, I don't remember how many methods, almost 20 methods he used to solve that palindrome program. Continuously we are trying new methods. Almost we tried 2 or 3 methods in class and all. Our faculty, they tried only 2 or 3 methods to solve that palindrome program. With a single program, morning full session we solved using the single program with around 20 methods. I am very impressed and shocked because I am very much poor in the coding part. So that time I can understand how we have to teach the particular subject. So it's very impressive. That's why that time itself we planned ourselves. We planned, sir. We have to call Siddharth sir for our college to address the students. So that's why we are here. I welcome Siddharth sir to give the chief sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful introduction. It is now time for one of the most awaited moments of today's event, the Chief Guest Address. We are truly honored to have with us Dr. Siddharth Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, Indian Institute of Technology, Jammu, an academic and an inspiration to aspiring technologists. Sir, we now invite you to address the gathering and share your valuable insights. Please, sir.
So, vanakkam. So, before I start, I would like to, show my gratitude and pranam to Shri Meenakshi Amman and Shri Sundareshwara. And I got an opportunity to do their darshan yesterday in Madurai. So this is a great opportunity and honor for me. All of a sudden, all these things fell into place, and I got a chance to take their darshan yesterday. So for that, I would like to thank Sundaram for inviting me here. So this is great. So first, I would like to thank the Secretary Rajkumarji, Shri Rajkumarji, Secretary Shri Maheshwaranji, Shri Naveenji, and Dr. Mathalai Sundaram. And of course, my also friend Mathavan and Adilingamji, right? And also thank you very much for introducing me and giving so much of respect. So in the morning also, I went to one of the temples here and had darshan, and very traditionally they put a kind of a, I don't know what the name is, but pagadi. Yeah, turban, yes. So pagadi basically we call it. So I'm from originally, my roots are from Rajasthan. But my hometown is Ranchi, Jharkhand. I suppose you know Dhoni, right? So, Thala, right? Thala. Right. So, Dhoni is from my hometown, and my wife actually studied in the same school where he also got educated. So, Jawahar Vidya Mandir in Ranchi. Basically, I started my schooling and everything in Ranchi, and then followed that I got an opportunity to do my bachelor's in IIT Guwahati. So again, you see, Assam is also quite far from Ranchi, and generally people don't go to Assam. And at that time, a lot of stories where their situation was also slightly, difficult. Just like nowadays, Kashmir and Jammu is famous. At that time, Assam was very famous regarding these things. But these things should not stop you from going to new places and exploring. Of course, you should be mindful about your personal security. That is very important. But then there is Jammu has Mata Vaishno Devi, Assam Guwahati has Ma Kamakhya, one of the Shakti Peeths. So this was also with her blessings. I got an opportunity to do her darshan as well when I started my bachelor's in Guwahati. So my bachelor's degree was in electronics and electrical engineering. Following that, I got opportunity to do different internships. Once in South Korea. Then following that, the next internship I went to IIT Hyderabad. I stayed over there for 3 months. My topics were generally very diverse. In South Korea, I went to KAIST, South Korea, which is one of the leading universities over there, and there I worked on IC chips, three-dimensional integrated circuits, especially for smart cameras which are battery operated, and they basically need to process the images and videos, but they need to do it in a very energy efficient manner because it is battery operated. Battery has limited amount of energy budget. So you require again hardware software innovations, both at the software level as well as hardware level, and both had to go hand in hand. So that was the idea of that particular laboratory. It was a smart IC lab by Professor Chong Min Kyung. I don't know what he's going, where is he now, but at that time he was a very well known faculty member there. Following that, I worked with Professor Amit Acharya in IIT Hyderabad, where my problem statement was from biology, basically the physiological signals, heart ECG signals, electrocardiogram signals. So the challenge was that if suppose you are in a remote area where there is no facility for very super specialty or good quality hospital or cardiologists are not available, then how will you get treated? To take you from a remote area to a nearby city, let's say, or a good hospital, it will incur not just economical but also time critical situations, right? So can we not basically, but ECG machine is now widely available, and can we not transfer the data to the nearest health center where the cardiologist can just look at online and suggest what the course of treatment can be? So this was one of the ideas I was working on, to transfer a lot of data, compress it in, and then reconstruct the data at the receiver's end. So this was my my projects initially, where it involved understanding the ECG signals or the heart model, also using signal processing algorithms like discrete wavelet transforms and other algorithms as well, where we could compress it and reconstruct the data. There were several other works which I did on ECG. Also, ECG signals, what do the doctor look at ECG? They'll try to see the trend of how your PQRST signal looks like. And there are 12 channels, so they are taught throughout their MBBS course to how to see what can be each of those signals, any fragmentation or something unconventional appearing on those signals can be a biomarker to a particular heart disease. That is what they are trained to. Their mind is trained to look those things, right? But then if the mind can be trained, then we can write a program also to automatically detect if the signal is available in a digital format. So I used discrete wavelet transform and devised a program where we could, in the digital form, if we had the ECG, then we could look for all kinds of deformations on the ECG signal and then correlate it to a particular disease which has been researched in the literature. So cardiologists have collected tremendous amount of data, looked at the forms of ECG signal appearing, and then correlated it with the cardiology disease which they indicate to, right? But this is all on paper. So what I did is I studied almost 50-60 years worth of paper, and I formalized a table. That paper is online, and where there were all forms of QRS fragmentations could be possible. Then created a program which could detect those kinds of designs on the QRS signal, and then so once you enter the ECG signal, what the code will do is it will detect whether there is a fragmentation in the QRS, and then it will say, okay, there are these and these possible diseases depending on the input signal. So that can help the cardiologist to improve the efficiency of their treatment and also be very quicker, right? So this is an automated method, and this work I did around in 2013-14 basically. So at that time itself, if you think about, this is not a machine learning, this is not artificial intelligence like neural network based, but it is still kind of a machine learning technique. Although it was just booming at that time, machine learning was booming, but I didn't use any conventional machine learning algorithms. I just devised my own way of using discrete wavelet transforms, and I devised how to look at local minimas and local maximas to identify certain pattern, and then basically that program will give you certain results. So this paper is online. It's called QRS fragmentation based paper. You can go and look at Google Scholar profile, my Google Scholar profile. So following that, again I went to Nanyang Technological University as a project officer over there, and then my work was in how to accelerate this wavelet transform based computation, because this includes matrix multiplications, very large dense matrices, so it's computation intensive. Now how can we make it energy efficient? So there we used FPGA, field programmable gate arrays. I wonder if you know FPGAs. So these are certain hardware devices where you can program the hardware itself rather than working on a processor which is already available where hardware cannot be changed. You can work on field programmable gate arrays where you can write programs which will change the hardware design itself. So it will be more customized to a particular program. So it will be more efficient. Ideally, this is supposed to be more efficient, both in terms of computation and energy. So there also I stayed 1.5 years, 18 months, and we published a paper as well at NTU Singapore in computer science department. But then again, after that, I was looking for a PhD opportunity. So while I was just traveling across India, I came back on holidays and I visited IIT Hyderabad, and their professor, so Amit Acharya, he did his PhD in University of Southampton, UK, and one of his colleagues joined Newcastle University, and he said that my colleague is looking for PhD students. Are you interested? So I said yes, I am interested. And then following that, I applied, and things happened, and I got an opportunity to go to Newcastle University. The project in Newcastle University was related to again biology. So it was related to genome analysis. Genome is basically the complete genetic material, the entire DNA material, which is in any organism. So if you take your blood sample, there will be a red blood cell. Inside the red blood cell, there will be a nucleus. And in that nucleus, you will have the entire genetic code, which is required to duplicate, maintain you as an organism. So for every organism, we have a genetic code. That is the most fundamental code. That is what basically makes what we are in this world, right? So ultimate form is basically if you have a genome, that means you can unravel the complete life process of any organism. So it sounds very nice, right? But then of course anything which is so convenient will be associated with a lot of challenges. This is generally how the world works, right? So it seems like obtaining this DNA sequences is very difficult. The process itself, the data itself is obtaining is difficult. Then on the top of that, processing that data is additional challenge. So that data is string data. It's sequences of ACGTs, very very long sequences of ACGTs, but you obtain it in small fragments. So to actually obtain your genome, we will have to use crores of those small fragments, and then we will have to join them together to obtain your continuous genome. So this is a very computational intensive problem statement, and generally this kind of activity happens in data centers where you have access to very high performance systems, right? So but my idea was that this is very expensive. You see, normal hospitals cannot install server systems in every hospital. It is not possible. Also this will add to additional cost. You require cooling system, you require engineers to maintain this thing. The hardware itself is very expensive. So one particular workstation nowadays, a good powerful workstation will cost almost 4 to 5 lakh rupees if you want to do this. So establishing a server system will cost crores of rupees. So this is not possible. So how can we make it more affordable? So that, because why? Because genomics is the key to almost 6,000, 7,000 diseases, treatment, diagnosis of diseases, right? All cancer is ultimately, whoever has a cancer, they will have to go for genome sequencing, right? Microbial diseases, your infections which are happening, right? You see corona happened, and ultimately you went for RT-PCR to see whether you have corona. That is nothing but genome. one of the genomic methods, PCR, polymerase chain reaction, right? So you're amplifying, you're multiplying that particular virus's RNA many times, and then you're seeing if there is a jump in color. So if there is a jump, that means that it identifies that, okay, this virus is present in your sample. That is the main idea, basically. That is also genomic method. So maybe before Corona, genomics was not that famous, in the world. People didn't know it, the power of it. But after Corona, people realized how powerful that can be in treatment of diseases. So almost every disease you can name ultimately owes its origins to genomics. Why? Because see, what is happening, any activity which is happening in our body is due to DNA converting to RNA, RNA converting to protein, and protein doing certain action. Your diabetes happens because body is not able to produce enough insulin, right? How is insulin produced? Insulin is produced through actions of certain proteins. Those proteins comes from RNA, that RNA comes from DNA. So if the DNA is, some mutations happen over there due to whatever stress maybe our lifestyle can impact our DNA, right? So then mutations will happen and our body will not be able to ultimately produce that insulin, right? So, and what type of diabetes it is? So ultimately, once you have the DNA sequence, you can have every information regarding the disease which you are having. So this is very important, right? Genomics is like machine learning today. There is a parallel field which is called bioinformatics genomics, which is it's booming tremendously. Less so in India because people are not very much aware of it, but very much in the West. So my project was related to, my idea was to reduce the cost of computation or processing genomic data, because genomic data is a big data contributor, right? So massive amounts of data being produced and you don't have enough processing power to process that data. So my idea was that how about we bring this processing down to a small smartphone kind of processor, right? So these boards, Raspberry Pi, I was seeing the certain list of papers and some of you have used Raspberry Pi, right? Can we do what is being done in a data center, can we do in a Raspberry Pi board? That was the challenge. So it seems that it is very much possible. So in my PhD, I showed that, through hardware software co-design, so you do algorithmic modifications. Hardware software co-design is nothing but embedded systems. So using embedded system techniques, you can modify the algorithm and implement it on a Raspberry Pi device. And then ultimately what I obtained almost 5 times energy savings. So compared to a workstation, you will need 5 times less electricity. So suppose your electricity cost is, let's say, 10 lakh rupees, then your cost will reduce to 2 lakh rupees annually, let's say. It is actually much more. Generally, electricity cost is very high. You would think that, workstations are available, but actually you're not looking at the electricity bills which they are paying. So it's very expensive actually. And then the hardware cost, you purchase a laptop, let's say 1.5 lakh rupees, and this particular Raspberry Pi is, let's say, 10,000 rupees. So almost 15 times reduction in hardware cost as well. So the idea is that if we bring down the computation to these devices, these embedded devices, single board computers, our overall computation cost will significantly reduce. So then hospitals can at least afford the computation of data, right? So that is now, but the challenge is, okay, so you have the data and you can process the data very affordably, but then how to generate the data affordably as well. So that requires introduction of sequencing machines where you put the DNA sample and that basically, somehow it extracts the ACGT sequences digitally. So just as Sundaram was saying, recently we conducted a workshop just from 21st to 25th April, where we got a sequencing machine. It's an Oxford Nanopore 3rd generation sequencing machine, and we collected water samples from nearby lakes and rivers. So Mansar Lake, Surinsar Lake, Tavi River. So Jammu Tavi. Tavi is a river which flows through the city of Jammu. And also the sewage treatment plants which is within the IITs, and we were able to extract the DNA of the bacteria which are available in those water, and then we were able to sequence those and then analyze that, and we could identify which kind of bacteria are available in that samples. So we could see, what goes in the STP plant, what comes out of the STP plant, and what comes out of the STP plant is actually released in the environment. So ultimately, what should happen is that your river water quality and the release effluent of the STP should have the same microbial community. But we found that it is not so. Very soon we will release the result in the form of publication. But the thing is, it shows that we need more improvement in our treatment plants as well, so that we could kill the pathogenic bacteria and don't release it in the environment. So I, being computer science engineer, I am actually in the lab, wearing the lab coat, doing putting reagents and extracting DNA, then finally pouring it in the sequencing machine, then getting the data, then processing the data on the softwares which I have developed, and then presenting a report to you at the end. So this is called an end-to-end solution, complete solution, not just parts and of certain things. You solve certain problem where the work remains in online in the form of paper. That will not help anyone. So I see a lot of very interesting papers over here, very interesting work. But this will remain in this book if you actually don't take it to the logical end, right? So you have to get the prototype ready, and then get it beautifully, aesthetically manufactured in some way using 3D printing or some other facility, and then show it as a product, display it as a product to the world, and then you can maybe collaborate with some startup or companies which can manufacture and sell it. And you have great potential over here. You can do it actually, right? So what my point is, as you have said, I have come from Jammu so far over here. So first of all, it is a great pleasure coming over here. It's, for me, it was not far at all, right? And it was first my opportunity to actually experience the Tamil culture, which I have always been looking at. I was in abroad, so we used to see what is happening in India. And when you are in abroad, you become more patriotic rather than when we are here actually. So then, any festival which you are celebrating, it is coming on my YouTube, it is coming on my Twitter feed, and I'm seeing it, and I say, I want to be there, and I want to enjoy this as well. So I actually got an opportunity to see this, and so experience my culture. This is also my culture. It's not just yours. Don't be mistaken. It is only Tamil culture. No. It is my culture as well. It is our country's culture, and every part of the country belongs to us. That is why we are a free country, right? We got freedom, we are a unified nation because everything belongs to us, all of us. We should not attach ourselves to small places, we should attach ourselves to bigger things. So the moment you attach yourself to big things, you become big, right? We want to attach ourselves with the God because God is all pervasive, He's the biggest thing. That is why we want to attach ourselves with the God, right? That is what our entire philosophy is all about, that we are gods ourselves. So because we want to attach ourselves with something so huge which encompasses, which is everything really. So that is the whole point. You should always be open-minded, and please look. So I see sometimes people, I have many friends from south part of India, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and sometimes parents also, they are worried that should we send students to another part of the country. So don't be afraid, if you don't explore, you will go anyways abroad sometime, right? You would want to, right? Everybody, I see lots of people from South India going to US to do their masters. So why are you not afraid at that time? That is even more dangerous. It's a completely different culture. Here at least we are the same, right? Maybe not linguistically, but culturally we are the same. So don't be afraid in traveling, don't be afraid in going in any institute in the country, it doesn't matter, right? Because that is your own. Always think that this is mine. So then nobody can take it from you, right? So again, thank you very much, and I'm really looking forward to interactions with you and looking at your presentations, and I hope to interact with you as well. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to come to this college, and it's amazing. I'm telling you, I'm learning so much every day. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and inspiring address. Now it's time to begin the presentation session. I kindly request to all participants and students to proceed to their respective venues as per the schedule. Wishing everyone a productive and engaging session ahead. Thank you. Refreshment also available.